Hey guys, Halson Pittman with Motorsport Media here again, and I have added something new to the video arsenal, which I'm going to go and grab real quick. This is Canon's new R50V. I did the body only. Obviously, I assume V is for video. So we're going to do a quick unboxing. I am recording this on my Pocket 3, which for the vlogs and many things will be the main camera anyway. We'll keep doing that, and then I'll go over, once we unbox, go over the features, what I'm actually going to use this for, and why it provides some benefits, and what Canon has done with this to make it something that sounds like it's pretty awesome. First things first, before we dive in, I did go ahead and open it and get the battery charged. So it does come with, unfortunately, from the part number here, it looks like it's another new style battery. It does not use like what my Canon flash, rechargeable flash uses. It doesn't use like the old 7D where they're all the same, 5D, the newest, things like that. That's kind of a problem. It does have the standard style battery charger where it clips in, so I'll probably have to order an extra battery. It's kind of a downside. That's how it goes with a lot of electronics, unfortunately. They keep making new stuff, which why would they just not use the battery that's used in every mirrorless that doesn't have a built-in grip? I don't know. We should ask Canon that. That's common across the board. Obviously, inside the box, manuals, how stuff works. Obviously, we're not going to need this. You just press the, you put it on auto mode and press the record button, right? So we don't need that. Packaging for the charger and everything. Put all that away. Somewhere down inside here, I'm sure there's an actual camera. It's a giant box for the size of this camera. That's pretty wild. The strap that I probably won't use. The camera itself, as you can see, it is still, which is nice, extremely small. Based on my experience, I would say this is smaller than like your Canon R or RP, which is like their entry level mirrorless cameras. It is an RF mount, so real quick, that's one of the benefits here is I have an arsenal of RF lenses, anywhere from, I have an old kit lens, it's a 24 to 105, it's a variable aperture. I have an RF 24 to 105 constant f4. We can also do fun stuff for depth of field on videos for talking heads if you want to make it look really cool. I have a 1.8 50 that's an RF mount. Also constantly use this. It's an EF 1.2. Put an adapter on it. It's going to pop right onto this thing. That's the big thing. The plan, as I said, or the reason for doing this is when I do the talking head portions or updates at the track where it's a talking head, I can use a nicer mic as well as use this, which is a dedicated video camera. And that's not to say that this stuff like this, it looks really good when you're using the Pocket 3. It's wild how good it is. But having a dedicated video kit, and this one has been released by Canon essentially as like a creator video camera, so it's going to do the pop out, and obviously I'm going to be looking at this and you can see me. It does all the wireless stuff like the Pocket 3 does. I'll be able to talk to it, tell it to record. One thing that Canon's really proud of, and I'm not sure it's that great, it has a vertical record button as well as a vertical mount. So obviously social media stuff, and then you would put it on whatever tripod and pop it out, and it would look like this. Everything's recorded to do that in portrait mode, which obviously is a big deal. I'm not quite sure there's anything that I would specifically use that for. I probably would at that point just use the Pocket 3, but it's compact. Like I said, it's an RF mount, so in this case, take it off, pop the 50 directly on, you're good to go. It's going to have all your standard video inputs and outputs as well. Obviously, it has a hot shoe. It does take photos, of course, and it might be my new travel camera instead of my little tiny pocket Sony I use. I'll see about that. I don't really like doing interchangeable lenses for like family travel camera. We'll see about that. But I'm going to go ahead and get it powered up, put in its base mode. So for that, remember what this looks like in terms of quality, the lighting. I'm not going to change the lighting. I'm going to leave the light setting exactly the same. We're going to set this up. I'm going to start with the 24 to 105 f4L. Let's see what that looks like. I expect we will see a quality increase, as well as I'm going to put on a nice mic on top. So hit pause. While you're doing that and you wait for me to change this, go ahead and hit the subscribe, like, comment, and share this video. And then with some magic of editing, poof, I'll be back. And the next thing you see is recording with the R50V body. And we're back. Now if Fedora, I'm going to fix that. But as you can see, focus follows me, so that's nice. Anyway, so first off the bat, I can tell the auto tracking on the eyeball works quite well. And you can see it real time there on the screen. But anyway, first I did switch to the 16 to 35 f4. I'm gonna have to make some desk rearrangements here behind the camera because I can't move it far enough back. It is a 24.2 megapixel APS-C, so it's a crop sensor on the R50V. Digitech 10 processing, as it has right now. I can see on the screen in front of me. What I'll do here is you can clip that out, and to put in something cool here, I'll fire this up, and then what we can show you here is its eyeball tracking. So you can see on the screen there, it's picked up my eyeball and it's working, which is nice. That might be lame in the edit. We'll see. We'll see what the guys can do with that one. But anyway, it does have everything essentially that like your R5, R5 Mark II, R3, R1 now. We can follow vehicles, people, nature, animals, etc. So it'll do that. Like I said, right now it's doing the auto eye tracking, which is really nice. Obviously, it does have better bokeh, as you can see behind me. The thing is kind of blown out over here and there. It does have fast and slow autofocus for video, so you can set that up if you want it to be a little more artistic or to kind of be snappy. That's obviously a preference thing there. It does have its own Canon log, which of course for video people is RAW. In terms of that, for your photography friends, actually, that's essentially shooting RAW. You have C log for Canon, S log for Sony, etc. Has some other features. Right now, just to get it out of the box, I am using the automatic features. So it's doing automatic exposure. We'll see how that looks, the automatic focusing, etc. It does have some other features that when you go deeper into the settings, which I'll learn on the fly here, where you can do like automatic skin smoothing. It has automatic built-in body IS, which would be kind of nice if you're walking around. I do plan on playing with that. I think it's a little bit too large to like walk around and vlog with, even though Canon does say that is, something that you would use it for. You'd be out here with a giant stick with, essentially an EOS RP and an ultra wide lens, going like this. Oh, hey, I'm here at, wherever I'm at. I'm not sure that's actually going to work for my needs, but, for many, I think that it would. Obviously, it does have 2.4 gigahertz and 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi. I did already sync it up to my phones. You can tell it to record, and you can choose, and just like the Pocket, like draw around my face, and it'll auto track that. So as you can see, if I move around here, I'm staying in focus, which that's super nice. Obviously, it looks like that system does work better than the Pocket 3. The Pocket 3, I don't really think it's shooting for eyeballs. It's shooting for objects. So you'll see, actually on some of my videos, and that's when I went back, I already recorded it, uploaded everything, and it was being edited. Like, if I'm doing this or moving or things like that, or in this case, I do something like this, it actually would lose me and then pick me back up. So I'm slightly out of focus and I come back in focus. And I can see here when I'm recording this, when I do this or like this, it then moves to the entire face as opposed to just one eyeball. It's doing its best to follow that. So that part actually works quite well. So I am excited to integrate this into what I'm going to be doing. As I said, essentially, this is what I'm mainly going to use it for. So if I'm doing intros or talking heads or unboxing, talking about equipment, teaching you how the motorsport photography industry works. Again, I am about to release part 1 and 2 of how to become a professional motorsports photographer. So you're going to see those will change over to using the R50V, which, looking right here at the pop-out screen, definitely does look sharper and nicer than the Pocket 3. But again, it's a different product. Price-wise, body only is $649.99. Looks like they did already go on back order. The Creator Combo here, with this, you're looking at essentially, pre-tariffs, I guess. Supposedly like Best Buy's up to like $750 for the Creator Combo. You get like the longer batteries. I don't have it on here right now, but so you might see that. Essentially though, dollars to dollar originally on release price or MSRP originally, these are essentially the same thing. This obviously I think does have a lot more versatility with that. A wireless mic. Sometimes I would just put this right here so you can just see how this sounds on top of that. But it looks like for me, it's going to be nice to integrate that and have a little bit nicer talking head setup. I will have to, as I said, like reorganize this on how I'm going to do that. So I would prefer to use the 24 to 105. But with the crop sensor, you put the 24 on there. Obviously, it's not actually at 24, but at 16, it looks pretty good. I would like to get a little bit more of what's going on. Got some classic PC games up here, some of my Star Wars nerd stuff over here. But we'll work on that in the future. This is set up for gaming and editing here, so I can't I'm not going to change too much. So we'll see what we can do. We might be able to move it back and fix that. But that's it for this video. That's the basic rundown on this camera. We kind of have an A-B comparison there of Pocket to R50V. I am excited, as I said, to integrate into the system that I'm doing with this. For those that are still watching and the subscribers that are checking out all the videos, comments, and likes, I do appreciate that. So again, if you can hit on that subscribe button, like, comment, and share, we'll see you at the next one.